All right, well, we are reporting live from the 63rd SIAM convention, and today I am joined by the Executive Director, Tata Motors, Mr. Girish Wagh. Girish Wagh, pleasure as always to speak to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. First question to you, sir. The morning was pretty hectic and busy with the announcement the minister said. Sir, I'd like to take your opinion because I know it will not impact the commercial vehicle business, but as a total outlook on the contrary, sir, how do you see this development, sir, with the diesel vehicle being taxed further 10%, 50% already your tax there, 10% further? So, what impact are you foreseeing, sir?
I think if we see the intent and the message that he wanted to give, I could pick up three things. I mean, the government is looking at emission reduction. The government is also looking at energy security because most of our fossil fuels are imported, and third is of course import substitution. So I think this was the clear message that he gave. And we also have the logistics sector as one of the key contributors of greenhouse gas emissions, right? And therein, it is important that our sector starts working towards decarbonizing. And as a part of that, therefore, at Tata Motors commercial vehicles, we have pledged to be net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2045. Now, as a part of that, we are working on two areas. First is we want to start using 100% renewable energy in all our facilities by 2030. So that will make all our greenhouse gas emissions zero from the facilities. Second is all the vehicles and therefore the tailpipe emissions. And herein we are working on multiple technologies because the roadmap from fossil fuels to zero emission vehicles seems to be going through multiple technologies. So we are working on battery electric for smaller vehicles and the buses. We are also working on hydrogen fuel cell and hydrogen internal combustion engine, which seems to be a promising technology for heavy duty long haul usage. So we are working on all these multiple technologies and also working on ecosystem in a manner of speaking to ensure that these technologies get adopted. So I think we are well on our path to ensure that we move towards this net zero greenhouse gas emissions.
So, net zero greenhouse gas emissions was one of the biggest announcement by Tata Motors at the Auto Expo. How far have we gone? So, I know there's a lot of time to go, but yes, Tata Motors is one company who acts really fast. I'd like to know till now what changes have been tweaked or what changes are you planning to do as soon as possible so that you're on your path, sir?
Right. So I think post that announcement, we have also signed up with Science-Based Target Initiative. What it mandates is a year-on-year glide path of reduction of the greenhouse gas emissions. So that's something that we have done. Then we have firmed up our plans for using renewable energy in our facilities. We also firmed up our product plans. The amount of capital expenditure that we do now on zero emission technologies is much higher than what it was earlier.
Could you give us a number there?
So this year we have reached almost 30% of our capex is on this, and I think in addition to that we have also introduced some products. So for example, the buses that we recently introduced in Delhi for the CSL tender, the next gen electric buses. So I think we are working on all the fronts, and there's a lot of activity which is happening towards this.
Sure, sir. And if I may ask you, the Auto Expo also you focused on a great deal of pickups and trucks, and you showcased a lot of products, sir. If I may ask, by what time are you looking at a timeline for getting those products into the Indian markets? How is the bifurcation there, sir?
So you're right. I think we demonstrated more than 14 product concepts at Auto Expo. Currently, we are working on all of those. A few of those already have got introduced, and we have a very firm product plan as to which product will be launched when in what segment. And in addition to that, what work we will do on the ecosystem so that the technology gets adopted. So there is a clear plan that we have laid out for ourselves for next 5 years.
Next 5 years is the plan, sir. Towards my last set of questions, how are you seeing the commercial vehicle segment panning out, sir? Record number of sales for the passenger vehicle segment, even good 30 to 40% growth in the area of commercial vehicles. How is Tata Motors doing there, sir?
Right. So commercial vehicle industry, we should look at two levels. One is at the overall industry level, and second is we should look at it at sub-segment level. At overall industry level, the industry this year till end of August has more or less remained flat. But if you see the mix, one has seen higher amount of heavier tonnage vehicles. So in terms of tonnage sold, it is higher, right? It appears that by the end of this year, we will see a single-digit percentage growth in the commercial vehicle industry. which is fair in my view. But if you look at sub-segment wise, I think the heavy trucks, which is the 28 ton and above, are doing pretty well. They have already grown by 16% till now, and we expect a double-digit growth to happen for the entire year. We also have seen a good growth in passenger, that is buses and vans, which were very badly hit during the COVID period. They are well and truly back on track, and we are very happy. And that segment is also showing very good growth. I think the intermediate light commercial vehicles as well as the small commercial vehicles may remain flat to a very small single-digit growth because they had grown a lot during the last year. So on a high base, I think they may not grow to that extent. So that's how we can see nuanced growth in the commercial vehicles.
So if I may also ask, the government recently announced the a very ambitious launch of 1,000 buses for electric. Sir, Tata Motors is always dealt to have been a part of getting government orders. Where do you stand, and how proactively are you working on getting those orders for your order book, sir?
Right. So as you know, we won the CSL 2 tender, right, and we've already started supplying the buses as per the tender. After that, I think we made it very clear and have had multiple rounds of discussions with the government that we need to make this OPEX model, gross cost contract model of the buses, electric buses, more bankable, for which there has to be a payment security mechanism. There have been quite a few discussions with the government, and I must appreciate the proactiveness and responsiveness of the government. I think this discussion is almost in the last lap now. I think once the payment security mechanism is in place, there are two sets of orders that we understand, tenders that we understand are in pipeline. One is from the MoHUA, Ministry of Urban Affairs, and second is of course from the CSL MORTH. I think so. We are looking forward to these tenders, and once the payment security mechanism will be in place, I think we will be absolutely keen to participate in these tenders.
Well, that was Girish Wagh speaking exclusive to Business to TV on the sidelines of the 63rd Annual Summit. Thank you so much for watching.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.